Imagine this. A letter, handwritten over 4,000 years ago, hidden beneath the sand of ancient Egypt. Not from a pharaoh, not from a priest, but from someone whose name was never carved into stone, a slave. What would a man like that say if he could speak? What truths would he leave behind about the pyramids, the rulers, the gods, and the unbearable silence in between? In 1997, archaeologists working near the base of the Great Pyramid of Giza made a curious discovery. Beneath a collapsed stone wall in a laborer's quarters, they uncovered a sealed clay jar, tucked behind worn bricks and wrapped in linen. Inside, a fragile piece of papyrus, hidden, encoded in ancient script. It was a letter. The ink had nearly faded, the edges had crumbled, but the words remained. Words that had been waiting more than 4 millennia to be heard, and today they will be.
To the one who finds this, my name is Akam. I was born in dust, and I will die in stone. I am not a scribe, I am not a noble. My hands are too calloused to hold a reed pen, too broken to shape words meant for kings. And yet, I must try, I must speak. I was taken from my village when I was just 12. My mother cried, but did not resist. She knew it would be worse if she did. My father was already gone, claimed by the Nile or the tax collectors, no one knows which. I never saw either of them again. They brought me here, to Giza, to this mountain of stone, and they told me I would help build eternity. For 10 years I have carried rock and dragged rope. I have watched the sun burn through the skin of men. I have heard the bones of boys crack beneath weight. No man should bear. They call this glory. They say we are blessed to serve. But blessed is not word I would choose. I have seen things I cannot forget. I have seen a man buried alive for speaking against an overseer. I have seen another whipped until he could no longer stand, and then whipped for not standing. And yet, even here, there is life. There is laughter among thieves. There is kindness in stolen figs. There is a woman who washes the wounds of strangers. Her name is Sitra. She does not speak much, but when she does, it feels like shade in the noonday heat. She smiled at me once, just once. It was the kind of smile that reminds you you're still human. Sometimes at night, when the wind is quiet, I dream. I am on a boat, floating down the Nile, away from this place, toward a home I cannot name. In my dreams I am free, and in those dreams I write this letter without fear. But I do not live in a dream, so I write this in secret, hidden between shifts, stealing time the way some men steal water. I know if I am caught, I will not be allowed to write again. I may not be allowed to breathe again. But if this letter survives me, if you are reading this, then perhaps I have already won. Perhaps I have lived beyond the chains, beyond the stone, beyond the silence they tried to bury me in. Know this, we were not nameless, we were not faceless, we were not merely hands and backs and broken feet. We were men, we were women. We loved, we feared, we dreamed, and I, Akem, son of no one, was here.
Akem's words were never meant for a pharaoh. He did not write for power. He wrote to be remembered. And in doing so, he achieved what so many kings could not. A voice that lives thousands of years beyond his death. The pyramids still stand. But the people who built them, their stories were buried, erased, or never told. Until now. This letter may be fictional, but the truth it tells is real. Behind every monument is blood. Behind every stone is a forgotten name. And sometimes, if we're quiet enough, we can still hear them speak. Akhem's voice reminds us, history is not made by the powerful. It is carried on the backs of the forgotten. And those who were never meant to be remembered deserve to be. If this letter moved you, subscribe to Forgotten Letters and give this video a like. It helps us keep searching for more voices, more stories, more letters the world was never meant to forget. Thank you for listening.